Hi everyone, I'm very sorry about that. My nose is not cooperating. Today we're gonna talk about somewhat difficult subject, which I know is not really gonna be easy, but at this point there is a big discourse going on in the online space that you might have heard about that concerns a bear, and so it's gonna be mentioned in today's topic at some point because I've had difficult moments that I do wish to talk about. But first of all, let me put my links below because my rate is still late. My my rant is still late. My goodness, speaking not easy to do right now. But my my rent is still late, and I'm still missing about $150 on that, which I got help from super generous and kind people, and I want to thank them. I think it was people over on Facebook, but regardless, I still want to say a huge thank you. I appreciate that very much, and there you go. I have my Etsy shop, which has a lot of my crochet items. I have some shawls and some pretty cool things in there. I have a lot of crocheted plushies. I like making crochet plushies. It's one of my favorite things to do. Well, actually, I do too many, and sometimes I do like to take a break, but it's always something that yields a lot of possibilities. I don't know, because you can make the same thing in 20 different colors and add different things and make it look so unique, which is also something you can do with, say, granny squares and garments and things, but it's just, I've been liking doing scary stuff, and I apologize for stuffing a mask into my face, but I'm having severe allergies right now, and this is helping um, the allergens in the air from not getting into my nose. So really, it's keeping them from there. Thank you, Ian. I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, the mask is not for COVID. It's just to keep allergens from entering my nose as much as possible. Because right now I'm being so sneezy and so uncomfortable that I need to put something there, and I'll be right back because this one is too loose, so I'm gonna try to replace it. Um, I'm gonna try this one instead. But hi again. But yeah, the reason I'm not putting it in front of my mouth is not because I'm being unsafe and blah blah blah, like I've heard people tell me, but I'm in the comfort of my own home, and my roommate is not careful about anything anyway. So the reason I wear a mask right now is just to keep the allergens out of my nose. But if I put it in front of my mouth like this, it's making me overheat, and it hurts also. So when I go out, I do put it correctly, but this is just for the purpose of allergies. So wait, let me just like fold that properly. Yeah, I'm really not doing good. I've been sneezing a lot, and it's been coming out in another way that I don't want to speak about because I also have a different condition going, which is not fun at all and causing me a lot of pain too. Long time no see, as if we didn't speak about 5 minutes ago. Right now I'm making one of the rainbow swirl bucket hats from Passionate Kelsey here on YouTube, which she has her website, Passionate Good Goods, Passionate Goods. Um, I'm just not the best at pronouncing and remembering names, but it is a very easy pattern, and she has a tutorial on her YouTube channel. So if you wanna do that, go over there. And let me take a moment and be a little bit vulnerable with all of you for a minute. Because I wanted to talk about this. I've not really had anyone to discuss this with because I have friends, but I don't want to overwhelm them with that kind of talk. Yesterday I was engaging in discourse over on threads about the whole bear situation, and like many people were telling her our assault stories and saying a bear wouldn't do this and this and that, basically all the things that a man did to us. And so I got bullied, and a guy showed me the shrimp meme. You know the shrimp meme? It's an allergy meme. It says if you were allergic to shrimp, instead of complaining that the shrimp hurt you and continued to eat it, you would stop eating shrimps. So he basically commented on my post with a meme that said it was my fault for staying that I got assaulted, essentially. And when I called him out on it and I called him a predator because um you know victim blaming is a predatory behavior. If you're doing it as someone who has been assaulted, it's reactive abuse to be abusing people verbally. But if you are not, and if you're just like telling to strangers, it's your fault, you should just have left, that is just predatory behavior because you're preying on their bad feelings and their insecurities and their fears and their trauma. So yeah, that guy posted that and then insulted me for calling him out on it and said I was just too stupid to think that he was actually agreeing with me about the whole bear situation. But he still posts a meme that tells me you should just like not be with men anymore and shut up. And like the whole discourse around this has been men saying, aha, I will leave you to die alone if there's a bear because you chose the bear. Suits you, like teaches you right, you deserve this, or things like that. Like that's what you get for choosing the bear kind of vibe. And like people have said, men have said they would gladly watch a woman get mauled by a bear if she chooses the bear and then just leave her to die. Men have been actually saying that as a response to this whole crisis. So I don't know, I just feel really bad about the whole vibe of this conflict, and both sides are getting pretty heated and saying disgusting things. Like even people who are pretending to be allies come in and say, "Well, just stop being around men, then." Well, what do you want me to do? You really want me to like go live in the woods? What is it anyway? Yeah, I know it is messed up, but it kind of triggered some of my PTSD symptoms yesterday because I was feeling bad. You're making stuffing for turkey. Oh, yes, you are going to be cooking. Yeah, what the F indeed. That is my response to this as well. But yeah, the guy was just like, I put him all over social media and told people to block that guy because I have a lot of friends who are survivors as well, and I don't want him to go and put the shrimp meme all over their stories. It's just not something you do, right? It's just not something you do as a human being, and lacks total compassion. I've been told that same thing by friends. Like, I've been told by people I considered friends that it's not that bad, the assault I got, because it was not straightforward and physically violent, but it's still assault. Like, it was not the cut and dry, um, in and out, genital and front. It was different in that, but like, to say that it was not that bad and there are worse things, and to say it doesn't count as assault is kind of pushing it, you know. I never mean to feel to make any survivor feel bad or invalid, but telling someone else that your assault was worse than theirs is just not the vibe you want to be going for, you know. And because of this, like, I've been trying to avoid a lot of shame around my assault, and I'm healing, and I don't feel shame about it now. But when I receive words like that, it just kind of makes me feel like maybe I don't matter and people don't care that I've been assaulted and they're not on my side, you know. That's how it makes me feel. And so I made another post today on Threads saying, "Shame on all of you. I received only bullying and I didn't even receive any kind words on my post. All I got was shit," which is true. I didn't even get one nice response. I got some likes, but no one actually said anything nice to me. But yeah, this is like the bear situation, and people were coming to bully me because the Bear in the Woods account shared it, so it kind of went slightly viral to where I had like 30 likes. It's not a lot, but it's like more than I usually get, you know. They can take a flying leap. Yes, I wish they would. I would yeet them into the sun, you know. That's all they deserve. But yeah, I'm making the rainbow swirl bucket hat, and I'm hoping it's gonna make me feel slightly better. And there's another thing, like, people are engaging in discourse they don't understand over this whole thing, and even women who are feminists and are on their team, you know, or like just engaging in discourse for the sake of it and not even like saying things that make sense. Like, someone who doesn't even understand what she's saying commented on my post yesterday saying, yes, we know bears are dangerous and we still choose them. And so I was like, well, the thing though is that people are widely exaggerating how dangerous the bear is. If the bear is like 100 meters away and it hears you, it's not gonna come for you unless it's starving and seeking food and desperate for it. Because let's face it, we don't taste bad and we're not their priority diet. Like, even grizzly bears don't really eat meat. Like, they eat fish and that's about it. But like, if they're desperate for food, yes, they probably will, but that's by no means um a norm. Like, yeah, in some areas it might happen, and of course you still have to be cautious of bears, and you have to do things like carry bear spray and a bear whistle and things like that, and you have to make noise to make sure the bears aren't surprised by your presence and things. You have to take some safety measures, which are fair enough. But the point of this whole thing is that it's not even about if the bear would hurt you. It's just the whole thing is about the fact that even considering just a random encounter, even meeting a bear in the woods has better odds of coming out unscathed than meeting a random man. And that's what the whole thing is about. Like, it's not even considering the fact that it will hurt you. It won't. First of all, it will not necessarily hurt you, like I said, unless there's a reason. If you're like super mega close to the bear and it gets like activated, okay. If you're semi close, maybe. But yeah, a bear will not like travel across the whole like forest just to hunt you in particular, but a man will. And like maybe if you're semi close, it will initiate some kind of pursuit, but again, it won't like stalk you and prey on you. Bears aren't predators, but yes, there are reasons they might be hostile towards humans, especially since we're invading space and all of that. And cats do that, by the way, too. And you've got no one warning us about the danger of cats. I would argue that actually meeting a bunch of cats I'll be right back. But meeting a bunch of feral cats is more dangerous than meeting a wild bear from afar. And I know this because I know my way around cats, and I know a lot about bears too. I've encountered both. I know how to deal with both. And I've been attacked by a yes, a cougar is another story, that's for sure. But cougars are kitties. They're cats. So yeah, but a feral cat will. I've been attacked by a feral cat, and it was scared as heck. But it was quite far from where I was, and it just came to me and snapped because I was in the garage with my dad, and it was stressed out by the environment. So it snapped again. But a man won't attack you just to defend himself. He might attack you because he has incentive to. And that's the tragedy here, is he will pretend that for a reason or another he's safe or whatever to anyone else, and you will completely dismiss your feelings about it. And just like, I would never do such a thing, I'm being wrongly accused, and blah 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 blah. But yes, cougars are kitties. They're felines. A lot of felines are exactly like this. They're fierce, they're hunters, um, and they're big scared creatures that snap at moments notice. But unless you really startle a bear, or it's starving, or it's like it's feeling cramped or stressed out in any way, you just have less chances of this happening to you. Like, I've been reading stories the whole day yesterday about women who were stalked in the woods by a hunter or just a random man, just things like hikers, things like that. And the guys were just waiting for them on the trail with a gun and stalking them and doing you know what. And yeah, a mama with cubs too. But essentially, the point of this is the odds are just in your favor, so you better choose the bear. Like, seriously, I've been chased and attacked by men in broad daylight in public. So, like, for me, it's not even a choice. I choose the bear over any man. Even some of them I know I wouldn't trust to be alone with. And these are men that I've known my whole life. Um, there was a guy who married my cousin when I was a kid. I was like 13, something like that. And the guy, I was being a kid, right? I was bugging him, and I was saying random shit, and I was being annoying, which fine, I guess, um, you know, it's expected for a 13-year-old to be a little bit annoying at times and to maybe bug an adult from time to time, you know. And he said, and I swear this is true, word for word, he said, "If you don't stop, I'm gonna kiss you." And he didn't mean like a peck on the cheek or the head. He meant like full on make out. That's what he meant. He said like he was gonna French kiss me. That's what he was gonna do. He was gonna French kiss me if I didn't stop bothering him. And that man was in his mid 40s. So yeah, I would choose a bear over people like that. I would choose a bear. And you have no way of knowing, even if it's someone you've known your whole life, you have no way of knowing if they won't like one day turn on you and decide to just do it, which is sad, but it's true, and I've lived it, I've experienced things like that. Anyway, it's just I felt really bad because I had some PTSD symptoms resurface. You know, you have the inner shame and inner feeling of guilt, and like you deserved it somehow, and whatever, you didn't act right, and blah blah blah. You know those things aren't true, but your body kind of still believes them, and you have to do the therapy and all the things. And that was a hard time for me. I just hate seeing so many people hurt by this whole conversation. It's like being constantly mocked and doubted. It's just like the Me Too over again, you know. When the Me Too happened, you had a lot of um, AFABs and queer people who came out and talked about their trauma and all the stuff they had experienced, and you know they were just a lot of nasty stuff, you know, and I don't know how to say it. It's just it's a lot. Oh boy. I need to sneeze again. Yeah, which is sad though, because people should listen to others about their experiences. It's crazy to think. I know some people who haven't been through any of this, and nobody they know slash know about have been through it, but they're still trying to understand. Like they're being supportive. I don't think it should be like I don't think we should excuse not understanding SA that type of assault, any type of assault really, and violence, but it's especially stigmatizing because we're often taught that We liked it. It was our fault. We were wearing something. We deserved it. And that guy I talked about, my cousin's husband, was the grossest man I ever met. He would make gross comments about minors and about women. He was very misogynistic. He would make gross sexual comments in front of children and things like that. Like, my mind, that guy was there's another word for a person who is interested in teenagers, which is not pedophile, because pedophile is for before the puberty begins, and there's a specific term. He wasn't interested in like small children, but he was definitely trying to get his claws on teenagers, which is absolutely appalling and disgusting. But yeah, he was a gross man. uh, and my cousin, now she thinks he's gross, but at the time she saw only good in him. She's as gross as him, by the way, not sexually, but she's a racist, homophobic, and transphobic bee. I don't want to say the word female dog. And I don't talk to her anymore because of those things. Because obviously I'm trans, and it's a little bit scary to be friends with someone, or like talk to a family member, have connections with a family member who thinks you shouldn't exist or exist in front of children because you're traumatizing children and blah 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 by being gay. Okay, yeah, kids are very traumatized by rainbows, and wow, if I hold my girlfriend's hand at supper, well, we call it dinner usually, but here we call it supper in French. But hold my if I had a girlfriend, 'cause I don't have one, but if I would hold her hand at dinner, family dinner, like, she would tell me to get the F out because she doesn't want our children to see that. Like, is that it? That's what would happen? Like, no, I don't want people like that in my life. I don't care if there's blood or family or whatever. It is sad. And like, I don't know, probably some of you as well in there have experienced similar things with family members, but it seems like people never defend the one who got hurt, but the abuser is always such an angel. We didn't see it coming. Oh, such a shame. And how dare you speak of your father, brother, cousin that way? Uncle, even sometimes. Especially, uncles have such a bad reputation, but for a reason. It's often someone the victim knows, by the way. And like, I was abused as an adult by my boyfriend at the time, and I knew him, so yeah, that checks out. But like, as kids, when you're into situations like that, it is more often than not either a family member or a teacher or something. And like, there are just so few resources for a kid to, like, a place to feel safe at. Like, you don't know who to talk to. If you have male teachers, you're not gonna go to them, especially if you're a young female, I guess. But I guess it depends who you've been abused by. But in any case, I know this is a hard topic, so I want to take the time to thank everyone for listening to me on this. I'm just very distraught right now because I'm a little bit discouraged by this whole thing. It just makes me sad that people would think to do something like that and then blame it on the person they did it to. But the world is full of evil, is it not? Okay, so right now I am making. Sorry, I'm making bubbles. That's what I'm doing. I'm making a rainbow bucket hat for Pride in advance, not for me, just to sell. Right now I have a non-binary one and a Beetlejuice one. I like that the numbers of repeat when you use 6 colors is okay, but the last two I did had 4 colors, and so on this round, the color increases were not like matched up. They weren't at the end of the whole thing, and they were off center. Not yeah, off centered. I guess that's the right term for that. So I had to like count, but now I can just do it at the end of stripes. So let me know, everyone, what are you up to other than this? I might still vent a little bit about mental health and things and the whole discourse. All of that's been happening over on Threads and TikTok a lot more. I've skipped it on TikTok because that app, I'm still struggling to like and understand TikTok. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out why this is like all cramped. Oh, it was stuck. Now it's gonna work better. Okay, now it works way better. I have an ear saver piece here. Oh, okay. That's where it. I'd like to know if anyone's making anything rainbow for Pride. 'Cause I was making other stuff. Um, I'm essentially planning to do a bunch of different flags with this pattern, and also a bunch of Halloween colors. Cause you gotta sport some Halloween goods. You know, life is sad without scary scary things are fun. I love to be scared once in a while. Not of strange men in the wood though. That's never good. Okay, we we do this. I've been just thinking what to make other than these pride bucket hats. Um, cause I have some pride potatoes. I have some pride rabbits, bunnies, and that's my only pride wearable. I think. Yeah. I don't think I have. Oh yeah, I have shawls. No, I have shawls in my Etsy. That's right. I'm probably not gonna make more. I'm probably gonna finish the trans shawl that I was making. Um, whoa. Let me just show you that. I will just unravel the yarn first because yeah, because you don't want to forget. Goodness. But yeah. Oh, oh, here we go. Yeah, this one here, I'm gonna finish it. But look, it's starting to grow already, and it's close to completion. Yeah, I want to. My goal would be to finish this for Pride. You're just doing the bird. You have a lot planned. That's cool. You're doing a turkey stuffing. That is what you're doing. So, yes, the fun of this pattern is like change the colors in the right order, otherwise you end up with tangles everywhere. But since I'm dyspraxic, I'm ending up with tangles everywhere and just untangling it as I go. This Kelsey's trick of counterclockwising it does not help with my situation. But yeah, I've used very crayon colors, sort of. You know what I mean when I say that. Like these are quite childish rainbows with the dark blue and the dark purple that are quite close. You can't quite see them on camera even because of this. But yeah, those I've been using those colors. Yeah, just oh, hey, fuck's sake. Sorry, I should not swear. Sorry, YouTube. Uh, there. Now it did unravel, but not in the right order. Okay. I'm just gonna take this here. Yeah, okay. I think that's good. Big Bird. I have a song stuck in my head now. And it's a Sesame Street song. It's the Elmo song. But now I have the part where Big Bird sings stuck in my mind. And when we were teenagers in the emo community, the Elmo song, like the Elmo's World theme song, that's what it's called, was popular for some odd reason. Because there were some memes about Elmo being emo and all of that, and it would say very messed up phrases when you like pressed its hand or something or its nose. I don't remember. Yeah, it was a good time to be alive. I was emo for a very long time before I fell into more weird stuff. Now I'm just all shades of weird, not even trying to be specific or anything. I mostly listen to goth music, but I don't know if I'm even allowed to identify as a goth at this point in time because like, I've not dressed or identified to the culture in a very long time. And I think that the most that I do, like, it's turning into negative thing in the goth culture. It's very weird, but people will go out of their way that every single interaction you have, they're complaining about someone not making it solely about music and mentioning anything else at all. And like with pride they will tell you and say, "Oh, that's not goth. That is not goth either. Goth is a music-based subculture. Only only music things are goth. This is not goth. This person is not behaving goth enough." And they say they're doing that to protect the culture and that they're not gatekeepers and they're trying to be actually like nice and helpful, and like they present themselves as just protectors of the goth stuff or whatever. But at the end of the day, I understand why some people are frustrated that some others don't really take it as seriously, maybe, and are just like, cool, I have goth makeup and I like Evanescence. Well, Evanescence is not goth, that is the joke here. But like some people don't give a flying about that. They just want to enjoy the things they like. And yeah, it's frustrating because you, as a person, you're super invested in this thing and you're kind of heartbroken that people don't really want to put in the energy you have. But that's just the thing of life in general. You're going to be disappointed a lot because some people don't, like most people, they don't want to put all their energy into this one thing. It just doesn't matter as much to them. They're just doing it for fun. They're enjoying themselves. They don't want to think about it. They're not necessarily an intellectual. Maybe they just appreciate the aesthetic, and it's okay for people like that to still be in the subculture and not be like cast away and removed just because you don't feel they're invested enough for your liking, you know? Personally, I just do what I do and I let people express themselves the way they want. So as long as they're not like appropriating any culture that they shouldn't be, like with that nose to ear chain, which is a popular one, and just things like that. But it's a touchy subject, you know. But as long as you're not being either racist or abusive tool, and yeah, you're pretty much welcome to be in the goth subculture as far as I'm concerned. You just have to be respectful. Like, don't be transphobic, don't be homophobic, don't be racist, don't be ableist, because a lot of us goths and weirdos are just as weird. Like, we're here because we're seeking a tribe, kind of people who understand us because we're different inside. We don't, well, we often see things a way that most people don't. You know, I know that I look silly with this, but yeah, allergies doing number on winter right now. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I don't care that people are simply darkly inclined and are calling themselves goth. It doesn't make me miss any sleep. Doesn't make me lose any sleep. And I suggest people do the same, quite honestly, because I'm tired of having that debate yeah, but they shouldn't call themselves goth, though. That's the thing, I don't care anymore. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't threaten me that a person is not goth enough. It doesn't bother me. I get that you think it's destroying your precious subculture, but that's not the thing that's destroying it. And the reason the public's opinion of goth is so skewed is because of the media. It's not because if you random people on TikTok put black lipstick on and hashtag goth, like that's not what's destroying the subculture. And I've been accused of being problematic because I appeal to the goth subculture in my crochet work and I use the hashtag on Instagram. But at the end of the day, actively hurting the subculture by like riding the wave or whatever people call it. I don't think there's anyone like that in my chat, though we're pretty accepting on here. But anyone who's just like constantly being on others' back about this will just like, oh goodness. But there's a difference between using it to harm like big brands are doing, using it for mass consumerism and using buzzwords and things just to appeal to certain demographics. And the person who just so happens to have an aesthetic that um, would appeal to goths. Like, I do dark stuff, I do bat plushies and zombie cats and things, and I do Halloweeny things and things like that. I do witchy stuff, and a lot of that, despite not being goth by nature, because like a lot of people will remind you every 5 seconds it's a music based subculture. Yes, I get that. But as people who enjoy dark things, we're more inclined to like a certain wide array of things that are all within that kind of aesthetic. A lot of us do witchcraft, although it's not necessary. I thought that when I was a teen, I thought, oh, I can't be a goth. I'm not a witch. Now I'm both, but you know. But like both are independent things on their own. You can be either one of those things and not be the other. You don't have to be a pagan if you're goth. You don't have to be a pagan if you're a witch. You don't have to be a witch if you're goth. You don't have to be a goth if you're a witch. You can be a nature witch who only dresses in brown and green. I've seen a lot of them. It's pretty actually, and I kind of want yarn with that color palette and do more naturey color schemes. I kind of want to do that. But yeah, I'm just saying that if you're not so preoccupied by how much other cares about something, like it will just help you heal from a lot of things in your life, to learn to let go. And I get that those things are important to you, but that's the thing, they can be important to you, crucially important, and have completely changed your life, but they don't have to be important to everyone else. I see you and I understand. You want everyone to share the same passion, and it's easy to think that a person who doesn't love something as much as you just doesn't love it enough, and just like shouldn't be part of something. But I just don't like that mindset personally. I just prefer to follow my own thing. Like I'll share the involvement that I feel comfortable with the golf scene, but imposing it on others is not gonna do well to anyone. That's it. And I think we just like to yell a lot. Oh, this person, how dare they present this as something it's not. And yeah, that's the basically the history of the world, is people always try to market things in a way that benefit them. And I guess we just have to educate who will listen to us really, and just let people know to use their critical thinking instead of go like, hey, not goth, and play the goth police. I just think it's the better use of your time to just be there for those who do want to be a part of the things you're excited about. I know a lot of people are like attendance at golf clubs and things like that haven't been so great in good number of years in many places, and it's losing terrain. Part of this is due to the fact that it's changing a lot, and a lot of people are resisting the change. But a lot of it is people are just getting tired of always putting energies in things that don't pan out, you know. But I get all of that. I understand it. I don't want to be in a subculture though that needs to be solely this one thing, because I'm not interested in that. I love goth music. I love dancing to goth music. I love 80s goth night. But to me, attending a goth night every week would be way too much, and I would get tired of that. But I have ADHD, and all the trauma that I have that make me just lose interest in the thing. if I just only do that, I'm a very creative person and I need to explore things, and you know, so I'm like down with having a lot of goth fun nights. Maybe a little bit varied. I still want to attend industrial events once in a while. Industrial is not really the type of music I enjoy the most, but once in a while I love having a good time with my rivet head buddies, because they're cool too. And I have a lot of fellow puppy fans that are fantastic people and that I love very much. But it's just like I said, I don't like being confined and boxed up in one single thing, and that is why sometimes I don't feel comfortable using the label goth. I use it a lot more for the sake of clarity. Um, yeah, than that. Like, I'm a goth. It defines me well enough for most people, but if I'm talking to another goth, I'm just like, hey, I like Bauhaus and Sisters of Mercy and Susie and the Banshees and The Cure and this and that because they know what I'm talking about. But I'm not like, hey, I'm a goth, I like goth bands and goth. And I will tend to be a little bit more, not individualistic, but more like individualized. Like, I will not necessarily box myself up. It's hard to explain. But yeah, I don't like being part of a narrow viewpoint thing. The thing is, those people who tell you, a lot of those people, I'm not saying every one of them, but a lot of those people who are very adamant about defending the goth culture, so that they go on people's accounts and tell them, hey, that is not goth, only music, it can be goth and blah blah blah. The people who reply those things, which, like like I was saying, I get it, fair enough. I am not coming to attack them, but a lot of them are the same people who, as soon as you, like, they claim, they say, hey, it is okay to like other things, just don't call them goth, blah blah blah. And yes, it's true, like, don't go and call Evanescence goth or things like that, because that's actually rock. um And in the essence, yeah, a flower is not goth, but it can be part of the goth adjacent aesthetic, in that sense. But what I mean is, a lot of those people will say that, and then after that, behind your back, they'll kind of go like, hey, this person likes things that aren't really in the subculture. They're destroying our subculture by not being a pure goth. And elitism is a problem because a lot of people conceal it in advocacy, sadly. I know that a lot of them are genuine as well and really think they are doing good, but I think you kind of have to be careful about that and see where in your ego your advocacy is coming from. Are you really trying to um, help the subculture grow and protect it from the media's eye? Or are you just triggered because you don't like that pop band that this other god likes, and then you think they don't belong in anymore? Because sometimes it's hard to tell the difference because your ego gets activated. And of course, goths are very aesthetic people, so sometimes they can be proud as heck, which I get it. You're proud of your sense of aesthetic and of the style you curated, you created, you participated in. You're just very much into that sense, but yet that can be a double-edged sword in a way. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is just, I don't really care what we call it as long as we're respectful of each other. So that's why, even if I disagree, if a person is talking to me about all these things they enjoy, and they just happen to wrongfully call it goth. I'm not gonna go like, hey, that's not goth. Oh, I'm just trying to educate you. I'm just being nice. Don't be so offended. No, I'm just gonna talk to them about the things that I enjoy. Like, hey, have you heard that band? It's a pretty good goth band. No, there's this Belarus band that is goth adjacent. That has, like, it's part of the goth culture because it has dark wave vibes and post punk vibes, and I cannot pronounce their name at all. Um, yeah, but quite good, and a lot of lyrics and the themes are very dark and moody and about mental health and lost love and things like that. Lost love. When you lose love, anyway, I cannot pronounce that word, that stupid word, lost, with an O, not with an U, but not with an uh, not with an that letter. That, my goodness, my pronunciation just off today. Yeah, they're ignorant in life. No, I don't, because I don't have money. But I have eaten turkey before, but I'm usually not the one to cook that. I don't really cook food. I don't have the patience to do it, and like a turkey is not really in my price range in the moment. If you have a cooking question, might not be able to help with that. But let me know how it's going. Otherwise, maybe. And turkeys can be very goth, by the way, before anyone says anything. They're very dark birds. No, I'm just kidding. They're not dark. They're quite silly. Thanksgiving can be goth, though. Sometimes it gets dark with the people and the conversation you have with them. I'm obviously just making a joke right now. Oh, yeah, and the thing about the goth culture that I think it would benefit more from being called out on is, goodness, are we just a bunch of ableist little shits? I know that a lot of work is being done about racism and such in the online spaces, which is fantastic. It's nowhere near eradicated yet. There's still a lot of prejudice and stereotypes that are having a hard time. But how do you stuff a turkey? That's a good question. Cheesecloth. Wow, that's small. Well, with a lot of willpower, dear, that's how. You were giving it from the food hamper. Oh, that's cool. That is awesome. That sounds yum yum. I love turkey. If someone would give me a turkey, though, I would probably sell it rather than learn to cook it. An uncooked one, that because, goodness, I don't have um cooking skills at all. I am terribly bad. I'm telling you, I would massacre that poor turkey. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm a disabled person, right? Obviously, like I talk about it so much that it's obvious, but a lot of people, I've heard so many people in the subculture say, if you use your disability as a reason to not go dance, not go do this, go do that, it's just because you're lazy. It's not because you're actually disabled. Just go dance. Go dress up. Your autism is not an excuse to not like put tons of makeup on your face and dance into scorching hot rooms and things like that. And your sensory problems are not an excuse, and things like, yeah, well, your social issues are not an excuse. I have anxiety too, blah, blah, blah. Just have a drink and go. Yeah, I've heard a lot of that discourse too. And we need to do better on that. Just be more understanding. Maybe plan things that aren't as crowded. And I get you want a crowd at your event, but like maybe there's a way we can like not be into such a cramped room at once, or I don't know. Maybe there's a way of planning a good movie night instead of that. Um you can rent a whole cinema room, like a whole theater. Goodness. Anyway, a place with a screen, you can rent that. People do it for birthdays and things. So I guess maybe we could, when they release horror movies, Halloween movies, goth movies, things that appeal to us. Maybe we should. You found cheesecloth. That's awesome. Congrats on the turkey. I don't know much about that, so sorry. I just know that when we would make one, my stepmom would cook that and pretty much um like I was to get out of her way more than anything else. And when my aunt cooks turkeys, it's always done before we even arrive, so I've never like had any opportunity to do that. It's good with cranberry sauce. I love cranberry sauce. You should. Yeah, I bet you do. I would gladly love to taste that. I would. My speech sucks. I'm so sorry, but yeah, turkey good. Essentially, I like birdies. A lot of people think it's dry, but as an autistic person, I appreciate that quality about turkey more than anything. Like, I wouldn't complain that a turkey is dry. To me, it tastes better that way. I don't deal so well with the amount of juice people cook that in. And people like put tons and tons to make sure it is hydrated and all, and it ends up tasting so not like turkey sometimes. I'm sorry, but yeah, I am very sensitive to anything people add. People put so much things like onions and garlic, and that kills my taste buds. I don't deal with anything like that. I don't do onions. I do not. They are the devil. Evil onions. Okay, I basically think they are. We're a bit far away from that for that. I've not had such good experiences sending food in the mail, especially not Canada Post. My dad once sent me jam with Canada Post, and it was all sticky and when it came, because I think some of it spilled or something. It was delicious, but yeah. And it spent so much time in my fridge that it became really bad quickly. Yeah, okay, so color change. But yeah, one thing I've always not really understood is why like with events and things is why people are dead intent in telling you you're not doing enough for their event, but they're not willing to put in any effort to accommodate any of your needs. But you're always like the wrong person for not putting in the effort, for not coming, for catering to your sensory needs, staying home and things. But they're not gonna make the effort to get a wheelchair accessible venue, to get somewhere a little bit more secluded, or to get a wider room so that not everyone is cramped like sardines. Which I get, you don't always have the budget and everything, but some things can be done, like remove the strobe lights, because um, you don't need strobes to dance. You can have just regular lights. You're gonna survive. You're still gonna enjoy your event. Just get some fun red colored lights for a vampiric vibe, and you'll be fine. I promise. You know, it's a big problem in the goth subculture, and it's been for as long as I've been a member. Your stuffing is simple. Bread and apples. Oh, I like that. Apples is yummy. Ooh, you got tarot cards. I want to know which set is it. I love tarot. I read tarot quite often, actually. Um, and my favorite tarot deck, which I own, I'm going to show you actually. Um, yeah. Can I even find this? Yes. Ooh. Screen share. The Doodle Tarot. That's interesting. I've not seen that. So yeah, this is I have, and the illustrations are intense. These are the illustrations on the cards. Here we got the major arcanas, and like the illustrations are all animals and things like that. Very inspiring, very dreamy. I like the free vibe of it, and that's my favorite thing. It's more for a dreamy type of interpretation, like a more you type of thing. I still have to read the book a lot when I do it because I have poor memory, but like a lot of it suggests that you go with your instinct and what the card evokes in you rather than say, oh, this means you will find a new lover. Well, sometimes like you might have a sense of worry or something by looking at a card, and you have to take that a little bit into account in your interpretation, especially if you're doing one for yourself. If a card is sending you anxiety, yeah, that's maybe something you have to take into consideration as well. I've been enjoying the tarot readings. I do quite a lot, but yeah, I read for myself and I read for fun. Do you do a lot of tarot readings? Do you do things like do you do a yearly reading or something? Ow, ow, I sat on my foot and now it hurts. Oh, you have pig and cats. That's awesome. Yeah. I I always said that if I had the tarot deck, I would do a yearly reading and I would do the monthly thing and the daily thing. Never did. For yourself too. That's cool. Do you do like the 12 cards like every year? My old roommate showed me to do that. Essentially, you get a reading for your whole year, and you get readings about your success, your failures, your romantic relationships, and all of that, your work, and things. And we would do it together every year. But I've not done that since then. He stopped doing tarot at all, and he gifted away all his decks. His deck doesn't like him. It would constantly screw him over. But yeah, it would constantly screw him over. How many rows do I have? Okay, I still have 3. That's good. See, trippy. Sorry. You sent me. Sorry. Yeah. Just a second, I'm gonna sort my nose out. I'm gonna do this on the browser. Yeah. Thank you. I'm slowly dying. One day I swear I'm gonna have an anaphylactic shock. But I don't have money for allergy meds, so like I have a bunch of different allergies and I have food allergies too and things. Let me see. What's new? I don't care about what's new. I just want to get the Oh, yeah. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's cute as heck. I love the death card. It is really cute. Yeah, I love the like childlike vibes of this. This is really awesome. Some of the tarot cards that I've been really looking at were hold on, let me find that. Oh goodness, I don't even think I saved them. On Etsy, I have a shopping list of like favorite list of tarot decks. Let me just get that. But some of them are so pretty. Oh wait, I skipped a few. Oh yeah, here. And there's also like just a bunch of really cool oracle decks on Etsy. For me, things that are like all red or that are holographic or have death themed, black and red mostly, that appeals to me so much. Oh, look at this one. This one is like so romantic and pretty. Nice. Oh my goodness, there's a little angel on a cloud. That's so adorable. I love the hangman. Or things like that. Look at how intense it is. Oh no, it's not letting me. It's not letting me put the link. I just copied it wrong. That's why. There. That should be better. This one here. It's like bright pink, but every time I look at it, I just get this sense of wow, you know. And we have a Halloween one. This one says vintage. I don't know how true this is. But it definitely has the vintage vibe. The print seems like bad quality, so I would not buy it, but I still put it in my favorites because I really enjoyed the vibe of this. This is very like this is precious in my mind. And there are some rainbow ones. These are discontinued, but just look at that. There's a freaking rainbow going on a black card. So yeah, I like to like look at pretty decks. Oh, this one. Wow. Yeah. I have the Art of Life deck, which I can't show you a version in person because I edged it in gold and it ended up just never drying properly. So, Art of Life Tarot. Yeah. If you want to go see that, it's inspired by art history. There are famous paintings on there. And so, just because I studied this is meant to be more of an oracle reading than anything. And you're meant to use one card and put it inside the pocket. Like, the box, the thing you see that says Art of Life with like the little art here and the golden frame, that is meant to be a pocket in which you insert a card that is inspirational for the day or something you want to put on your altar or something. Yeah, probably, yeah. Yeah, they're definitely counterfeit. That's for sure. I wouldn't personally do that because I've been supporting local shops and artists. I also got a Marseille tarot from someone I used to know. But it's been an interesting journey reading cards and things. It always gives me a lot of insight into things. 'Cause I think I'm decently good at introspection and things like that. But sometimes you still have like a little thing that you hide yourself. You hide to yourself like you're not. Uh, it just might need a little bit of help opening up to it, or understanding it about yourself, or being honest about it, whatever the case may be. Or you might need a little insight, but seeing it in the cards sometimes just gives you a way to interpret what you already know and what's already accessible in your mind. Well, yeah, that's expensive for sure. And in Canadian dollars, that is like super intense. Yeah. People are like, I had another post go viral on threads again. The post where I called people out for bullying survivor experiences, and now it's viral. Well, semi viral because I only have a couple likes, but like I said, it's more than I usually get. So to me, it's like, wow, I get 30 likes on a post and I feel seen. That sounds stupid, but yeah. But yeah, I've not been reading tarot for a very long time. I've been reading for around 2 years, I think, in total, somewhere around that. I couldn't say the exact time frame, because for a long time I stopped, because a bunch of people um, bullied me out of my magical practice and said that I should just leave this alone, all kinds of things. But now I see more clearly through that reasoning that I'm able to make choices for myself. But I've been enjoying my reading journey, yeah, a lot. Guardian angel cards, that's cool. Heart shapes, oh, that's great. I see that. I've seen those somewhere. Yeah, I've definitely seen those. Those are very pretty and wholesome. I like this image too. What I like is you can really feel the vibes of the cards, and I bet that when you use them as well, it's a very comforting message. Because sometimes you just need that. Sometimes you have to switch the tarot or oracle or something thing deck you use depending on what you need, and guardian angel cards are a thing of their own as well. Little messages like that. So yeah, um, it depends what kind of vibe your brain is in. Sometimes you need comforting, sometimes you need to understand the situation, sometimes you need guidance. And depending on that, and depending on the time frame you need, or something, well, it can be good to look into other options sometimes. You don't always have to use the same. $5. That's awesome. Yeah, for sure. I think mine cost me $30, something like that. I've had them for a while though. I've had them for um maybe 3 or 4 years. No, more than that. 5 years now. I don't know what time is. My brain doesn't comprehend the concept of time. Yeah, I'm quite progressing on this hat. I'm progressing quite well. Word order right now. It's being a little bitch. My brain is processing words in the wrong order. Okay, there you go. Ha. I'm juggling with yarn balls. That's what I'm doing at the moment. This is orange, and I'm about to finish this section and still need 2 rows before doing the brim. I imagine that wearing this bucket hat is going to be quite trippy for the humans who do. But that's exactly what I expect. Do you ever make hats like this? I'm curious. Not necessarily bucket hats, but any head wearable. Come on. Okay. Mm. Ah, well. Hi, welcome in. I got your book, and oh my goodness, now I want to make all the things. By the way, I'm gonna show the book now. Antoinette sent me this in the mail. Well, by Amazon. But look at that. It's the famous crochet creatures of myth and legend. And it has this gorgeous dragon and a bunch of other sweet, sweet, sweet creatures. And oh my goodness. There are small ones and big ones. And all you can see all the. Well, I'm gonna show you bigger pictures. Goodness. Uh, so this is a wingless griffin. I don't know how it is pronounced, the name that was there before. An alicorn. This is a Pegasus with a unicorn horn, so it's an alicorn. So yeah, you just have so many cute little creatures like that, and I'm so hyped to make them. And there's bigger ones as well. So I'm especially excited about the dragon and the phoenix and the kraken. The kraken. Oh goodness, I gotta show you the kraken. Hold on, where is it? Oh, it's here. Where is it? Oh, come on, kraken, kraken. Look at the kraken. Isn't that beautiful? And the way this book works, it is pretty particular, but you get all the instructions are separate, and you kind of mix and match the parts that you need. So instead of being like a traditional pattern, you just get the pattern to all the parts. And so you look at your page, like here, and it says make one of page number X, make two of page number Y. It just tells you how many of each to make. Oh, the phoenix. Look at the phoenix. I want to make the phoenix so much. So yeah, I love it. I love it. I gotta put it back before I do anything to it. But um I'm definitely gonna make that phoenix. Goodness. And the dragon too. I gotta make the dragon. And the kraken too. You gotta make a kraken at least once in your life. Yeah, the Impkins book is so cute. You've made two krakens. I don't know what color I would use for a kraken, because it seems like the one illustrated there had cool color schemes, like some blue and greens and things. I think I might go for a more fiery effect. I don't know why, but I kind of want to do it in red and maybe orange. I don't know yet, but make a quite big one. And the goodness, the color for a dragon, I'm still thinking what would look good. And it's not a matter of nothing would. I think every color that I would choose would look amazing, but which one do you pick? Which one do you stick to? That's a little bit difficult for me, because I want to make this in all the colors of the rainbow. Thank you, Nightbot, for the reminders. But thank you so much. I love the book. It's crazy. It's completely insane. Oh, you finished the dragon body. That's awesome. You used Karen Simply Soft in Oceania. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you for that. And I hope you enjoy poker night. For me, it's been trying to get some things done and being very, very miserably allergic today. My allergies are quite bad at the moment, so it's like, yeah, it's sucky, but I'm trying to get by. Okay. Okay, we gotta untangle a little bit. Okay. I don't know when my roommate will come back home, but I'm willing to bet it will be soon. Yeah, see you later, dear. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that. You're going to make the dragon in some crochet cotton that Dawn sent. The colorway is water lily. Oh, that's pretty. Purple, pink, and blue. That's a good idea. Yeah, I like that. Let me see. Yeah, it's very pretty. Very colorful. Mine, if I make, well, when I make it, is going to either be worsted or DK yarn, most probably. I have some rainbow sparkly yarn that might be good for it, though, for the dragon, but I'm thinking a phoenix would look good in rainbow, so I don't know. Phoenixes are usually red, orange, sort of. But I'm just wanting to be a little bit intense with my color choices. My color choices. Okay, let's. There. Crack the back. Mm. Oh, this feels nice. More pastel. Oh yeah, I like that. It's pretty. That's definitely a little bit more like cheery. The vibes are very cheerful, and also I feel like for a pastel it has kind of a chalk look, like when you draw on the pavement. That's kind of what it reminds me of. So kids chalk. That's what I it makes me think of. I think it would make a very pretty tiny dragon. The other one. Sorry, I gotta figure the mess out. Dear yarn, stop being annoying, dear yarn. Oh, okay. If you wanna be all tangled, go ahead. I guess I'll untangle you every single time. Goodness. It is true pastel. Yeah, you should. I think so. I think it would look good in a dragon color. It would be a very cute dragon. That's for sure. I'm about to finish making the hat part of this. I think I just have one round left after this one. It's a very straightforward kind of pattern. The most annoying part is just getting the yarn to stay as untangled as possible and to color change every few stitches. Um, but it's rather okay because uh it's not like you have to work over any tails or anything like that. Even it's better to not, because the positioning of the yarn is gonna make it okay for you to just carry. I'll show inside when I'm done, but you have little pieces of yarn to the side that just go and alternate the colors. So when you do that, it just, as you crochet, I mean, you just switch the color once it presents itself to you, and that's how you do the the swirl thing. And it's really, I think it looks amazing. You've not started yet. Oh, those are so cute. Oh, sorry. Oh my goodness. Someone put me out of my misery. Oh boy. And I think that I'm even gonna have enough yarn to make 2 of these hats. Again? Oh boy. Pray that I don't sneeze. I'm done with this. I'm not gonna sneeze. No sneezes allowed. No sneezes, no sneezes. I think I'm gonna buy a nose clip. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't know what my neighbor is doing, but he's noisy at the moment. Oh, that's my roommate. I have to go. Anyway, thank you everyone for stopping by. I hope you all have a good time. He's gonna yell again, so I gotta go. Bye, dear. Oh.